Alright guys, so now I'm going to just give you a quick demo of the application we'll be building, both the front-facing website and the admin area. So this is the home page. You can see there's a big search box here with some fields. I'm going to show you that in a second, that functionality. We have the latest listings, so whatever the latest 3 listings in the database, those will be placed here. Again, we're using Postgres for a database. Down here is just some static markup with some services and so on. And then on the About page, we have some about data, and then we have some realtors. Okay, so the realtors can get added in the admin area and they'll automatically be shown here. And there's going to be a checkbox for seller of the month, so we can choose that in the admin area, and that whoever the seller of the month will automatically show up right here. Okay, so we have some dynamic data on the About page. This is the listings page. So there's 6 listings total right now. If I were to add one more, it would add some pagination down here. Right now I have it set to 6 per page. So we have the main image, the price, some other data. If I click more info, that takes us to the single listing page where we have, breadcrumbs. We have the title up here, or the address. We have the realtor. So realtors and listings are going to have a relationship so that on the listings page we can access any of that particular realtor's information that we want. Okay, because the idea here is that each realtor will be assigned certain listings. Okay, as you can see, Kyle Brown is the realtor for this listing here. And we have a main image. We have some smaller images that open up in a Lightbox. We're going to use something called Lightbox 2 for this. And down here we have some data like the square feet, the lot size, the price, description. We have a make an inquiry button. If I click this, it'll open up a modal. Now, if we're registered and logged in the front-facing website, the name and email will be auto-populated from the database from that user. I'm going to show you that in a second. Okay, but let's take a look at the search. Okay, so one of these has pool in the description, so I'm going to search for the word pool. And if I search, you'll see we go to this search results page, which has a form up here if we want to keep on searching. And this is the result here. So I'm going to clear that out. We can search by like bedrooms. So if I choose 3 bedrooms, what it's going to do is it's going to look for any house that has 3 bedrooms or less. Okay, so it's going to be less than or equal to. So if I submit, you'll see that all of these have 3 bedrooms. This one down here, actually, they all have 3 bedrooms, but if there were a 2-bedroom or 1-bedroom, it would also show that. Okay, if I say 4-bedroom, submit, and now you can see the 4-bedroom is included as well. Okay, we can also go by price. So let's do 3-bedroom, and let's say 400,000 or less. Okay, so that's how this is going to work, or less. Submit, and we have 2. So we have one for 230, one for 380, and they're both 3 bedrooms. We can also search by state or city. So let's see, this one's in Bedford. So I'll say Bedford, submit, and there we go. All right, so the search is pretty simple. It's not the most intuitive search in the world. This isn't Zillow.com or anything like that, but it's going to show you guys how to build query sets and how to filter your data when you're fetching from the database. All right, so now let's go ahead and register for an account. Okay, so we have register and login. I'm just going to create a user called, we'll just call him Bob. We'll say Bob Johnson, and username Bob, email, password, and let's register. Okay, so we get a little message. We're going to use Django messages and kind of format them with Bootstrap. We also added a little bit of JavaScript so that it disappears after 3 seconds. So let's log in with Bob. Okay, so it takes us to a dashboard. Let me get rid of this. Tells us we're logged in, the message disappears, and the dashboard is basically just a list of any inquiries that you've made. Okay, and up here you can see it says welcome and our username, dashboard. So obviously these links change once you're logged in. If I go to featured listings, and let's say we're interested on this property, make an inquiry, and notice that the name and the email is already in here. Okay, if you want, you can put a phone number and message as well, but that's optional. So I'm going to say send. We get a success message saying they'll get back to us. If I try to make another request on the same property, we're going to get an error saying we've already made that request. Okay, so we're going to have that functionality. If we go to the dashboard, you'll see the Essex Circle, that's the one that we just made the inquiry to. And if I say view listing, it'll take us to that listing. Okay, so let's say I wanted to inquiry for this one. We could send and go to our dashboard, and we'll see that here. So that's the front end functionality. Now let's take a look at the admin side. So I'm going to go to /admin. It's going to tell us to log out because Bob is not a staff user, or not log out, but log in here with an admin user. So I'm going to put in my Brad user, which is the admin. And you can see that we've customized the colors to match the branding. We've added the logo up here. If we go to this side, you'll see groups and users. This is just standard Django functionality. That's there by default, all your users and stuff like that. But you can see we have realtors, listings, and contacts. Okay, so any inquiries that are made will be put in the contacts. All of our listings are here, and we can also choose to unpublish them. Okay, this is not standard Django functionality. We added this field is published in the database. Let's say the United Road, we want to unpublish that. I could uncheck and save. And if we go back to the front facing website, now we'll go to featured listings, and you can see that what was that? That was United Road. You'll see that that one is now gone. Okay, so we can publish and unpublish really easily. If we go to one of these forms, you'll see we can choose the realtor. So there's a relationship between the realtor and the listings. We can upload images. This is for the main image. These are for the other ones. Is published, list date, and so on. And then if we go to realtors, you'll see we have Jenny, Mark, Kyle. And if I go to Jenny, notice that is MVP is checked. So I'm going to uncheck that and save, and go to Mark Hudson and check is MVP and save. And if we go to the About page now, notice that Mark Hudson is now the seller of the month. Okay, and whatever realtor you add is going to show up down here on the About page. So that's pretty much it, guys, as far as the functionality. So we're going to go through this course in a very just practical manner, as I would if I were building this for a client. So hopefully you enjoy it, and let's get started.